Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, first of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Gina Intan Grestiani, and today I'm going to present my research paper with the title "Improving Student Reading Comprehension Through the Effective Reading Strategies, Visualizing, Summarizing, and Questioning." Okay. Uh, I have taken this research in reading field. So reading is a process in which students make a meaningful representation of a text that they have read, like that. So like I have found the problem from the school I have been there for internship, in especially in 11th grade students. I have found that the students have difficulties in understanding the storyline of the text, and then hard to asking or questioning the text to the teacher or to their friends, and they can't summarize the text well, and they can't recall it or remember it very well, like that. So I I am, as a researcher, give a solution, which is the effective reading strategies. Visualizing, summarizing, and questioning. The three strategies. Okay. My statement of this problem is that I have already told before that they had to from the school from the school that the student hard to understand, can ask a question, and can summarize the text, like that. And limitation of this problem is in the reading comprehension and the reading strategies in 11th grade student of Mas Manbaul Huda. Okay. And then my research questions are: the first, how is the implementation of the effective reading strategies, visualizing, summarizing, and questioning in improving student reading comprehension? And the second is, how is student respond to the implementation of the effective reading strategies in improving student reading comprehensions, like that. My assumption to this research that the effective reading strategies, visualizing, summarizing, and questioning will be an alternative way to comprehend the text to in or in reading comprehension, like that. There are some literature review that I have put for this paper. But the first is reading comprehension. According to Duke, 2003, reading comprehension is a process in which readers make meaning or interacting with the text through the combination of their prior knowledge, previous experience, information in the text, and the views of readers related to the text, like that. And for the second is reading strategies. This is according to Baker and Brown, 1984, is cited in Gilakjani and Saburi, 2016, that they define reading strategies as a purposeful and cognitive response to that readers take when they read, and for making a meaning from the text they have read, like that. And for the last is effective reading strategies. The effective reading strategies, here I have a theory from Block and Israel, as cited in Chukoglu 2012, that predicting, making connection, visualizing, summarizing, and questioning, also inferring, is shown by research is to improve student reading comprehensions, like that. Also, because there are 6 strategies in the effective reading strategies, but I have to to make it to 3. I have research explored the 3 of these strategies: visualizing, summarizing, and questioning, like that. Visualizing is from Galaxy and Saburi. Visualizing is a mental image they created by the students in their mind, to which brings words to life and improve their reading comprehensions, like that. Also, for summarizing, according to Kilakjani or Summarizing is significant strategy that allow readers to remember text rapidly. Okay, so they have to determine the information of the text and condense the information from the text like that. From for questioning, the in the strategy, the reader asks themselves pertinent question in reading the text. This is theory from Grestiani 2016 that so when students read, they have to asking to themselves, questioning what is this text about, and then they will come if they questioning like that, they will come again throughout the text and they will find the answer, they will solve the problem, and they will discover new information like that. So in this research method, for the qualitative, I use for the research approach, I use qualitative as the research approach because this approach suits my research, because I describe the results for the my research question, which is the implementation and the student response. And then for the second is research design. I choose case study because why I will because with this case study I examine objectively about the case that or the student difficulties in the classroom in the period of time, which is 3 meetings like that. And then for the participant of the research, I choose Mas Manbaul Huda, which is in 11th grade at MIA. Yes, and the participants are 30 students like that who actively come to the cluster times like that. And the data collection methods, I use observation, survey, or questionnaire, and then interview. For observation, I use field notes as the instruments, and then for the survey, I use questionnaire, and then for interview, I use interview. So for the first research question, I use field notes and supported by interview, and for the second research question, I use questionnaire supported also with interview like that. Okay, in the research findings, the from the research subject description, the research site is in Mas Manbaul Huda. It's located in Jalan Cijawura 4, number 16, Sekejati, Buah Batu, Bandung City. Yes. And then the research participants are 30 students of 11th grade at Mas Manbaul Huda, which is MIA or Matematika Ilmu Alam. And then that's it. Okay. And then the research findings, from my findings in this paper, in this research, that for the first meeting, for the implementation of the effective strategies, I divided into first meeting, second meeting, and third meeting. For the first meeting is the student firstly they had confused about what is the strategies and how the strategies should be implemented in the reading when they read the text like that. So me as a teacher, also an observer, try to explain what is the strategies, visualizing and how questioning. In the first meeting, I just explain about the visualizing and questioning because the time is limited, because other time for explain the material of this meeting, which is exposition text. Nah, after that, after being taught about the effective reading strategies, which is visualizing and questioning, the student can discuss what they have read, and they can create an image in their mind like that. Also, they can practice the visualization as a follow up to their independent reading. They have to read the text, and then they will visualize what they have read, and then after that, student can question the text and can answer teacher question from the text like that. So they have a better meaning. Uh, they have a better meaning for understanding the text like that. And for the second meeting and third meeting, uh, same as the first, the visualizing and questionings are already being told. Like visualizing is in pre-reading activities or before reading, like when they read the title of the text, they will like, oh, this text is about uh, how housing is banned in the, oh, I mean how motorcycle is banned in housing area, like, oh, they will come to their mind like that. Also, uh, the teacher give the explanations to the summarizing strategy. And then for the third meeting, the difference from third meeting is the teacher give their exercise, and then they summarize the text, and then they read their work actively like that. So they were, after this second and third meeting, they had changes in comprehending the text or in reading. So in reading comprehension, that they state clearly students have developed background knowledge for a text, and they have already set a purpose for reading. So what I have read this text, because they can questioning the text like that. And then after that, they can find out important information, they can find the main idea, they can condense the informations like that. Also, the result for this first question, that this reading strategy are conscious behaviors that our readers use before, while, and after reading. So these strategies work together for students to comprehend the text like that. And then for the second, student respond to this implementation of the effective reading strategies, which is from the questionnaire and interview, and the results are, most of the student gave a positive response to the effective reading strategies, specializing, summarizing, and questioning. But in summarizing, there is one statement they had a negative response. They had negative response because they feel like summarizing needs a time, and they feel like all the text is important like that. But overall, they can find main idea, they can find the main point of the text like that. So the conclusion of this research are, the effective reading strategies can improve students' reading comprehension, and then the student can already know how to implement the text, how and when to use the text like that. And then for the second is, the students have most of the students have a positive response to the effective reading strategies like that. And I will give a clear recommendation for the teachers. For the research, I think the teacher as a facilitator, as a motivator for the students, should be more creative, or especially to help student in understanding the text, which for like in giving the strategies, they should be more creative, so the student won't get bored or something. And for the student, they should be able to explore more about the strategies, so they can understand the text more. And for the future researchers, I hope that for the future researchers, they can be in wide area for this research, in another scale perhaps, or in other levels of the participant, also in another aspect of the reading comprehensions. Okay, that's all for me. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.